If everybody would please direct their eyes to this monitor.
Damn it, in my confusion, I didn't make a look at that photograph joke.
Oh, yeah!
God damn it.
Look at this from the ramp.
Every time I do it, makes me very confused.
Why? What's the matter?
You know exactly why. Stop doing that.
Do what?
I'll fucking punch you.
You guys ready? Let's go!
Let's get Kitty! Fuck out of here.
You did it!
You found it! Yay. Now where we go? Where are we dropping? Are we just going in a circle? I'm pretty sure I just was there.
Wait a minute. Oh, did we actually not? We didn't touch a thing in the room. And I'm feeling
Can't
bad.
Go back? We can...
Oh, I just realized that we didn't touch a thing in the room.
No.
Wait.
Damn it.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Perfect. Ha.
What's wrong?
He left the photo.
Something in the director's
Yeah, he left the photo
office.
in the director's office. Okay, thank God.
The picture. Ugh, how could I forget it?
Oh, yeah, we must have set it down after using the face recognition thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I was afraid we were not gonna...
You two going ahead to the
It makes sense the game would not actually let you skip a
I
particular...
come with you.
Yeah, me too.
Nah, that's fine. Why don't you head back to the warehouse, Sigma? The others are probably already waiting.
Alright. I'll see you two later then.
Bye, Mr. Sigma.
Bye.
I'll watch them jog off towards the blue door. Or maybe we didn't miss it? Nah, forget it's fine. And then they were gone.
I mean, I touched the thing.
No, you didn't touch the thing.
I touched it after.
No, there was another thing in the room that, that
Oh.
I didn't ask you to touch, but it's fine. I guess I should be getting going then. It should be fine. If for some reason we never get that particular scene, I'll make sure we come here. But I think the game's gonna make you watch that. Eventually. I almost feel like I remember, like, you touching... There's a thing in the room that looks like a Roomba. And you touch it, it's actually important to the plot. But you touch it and it's like, oh, it's not on. And then later on it turns on for plot reasons. So I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried about nothing.
Nothing.
Listen, I'm a history major. Things are fucked, okay?
It's fine.
That's actually my first lecture for the class. Things be fucked.
Things be fucked up.
I stepped into the warehouse to find all the other teams already there. Kay and Luna, Fi and Clover, and Dio. The moment Dio spotted me, he dashed over to the rightmost AB room and slid his card through the reader.
Motherfucker. So eager.
You gotta have some sort of Komaida character.
Do we?
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Do we?
absolutely. Erzus will agree with me 100%.
What about in first Danganronpa?
An ambidex gate has...
Well, you see, that's why the first one's not so good.
You haven't even played anything but this first one. You haven't even played the first one yet.
Okay, Kitty, that was back in the day before no one could play it, so we just read it, the game.
I know, but I'm saying...
You haven't played it!
No. I've read it.
Yeah, same.
I've also read the second one, though. So
Yeah,
how
that's
do you
fair.
know?
Wait. Oh. No, I don't know. I'm full of shit.
Exactly!
Kitty, I'm full of shit.
That's what I was trying to say. Ugh, I'm tired. I forgot that VLR is so infuriating in some ways.
You could have just said that I'm full of shit.
VLR is very tiring for me.
Hey baby, what's wrong? I love you.
I love you.
Hey. Oh.
He's got a smug
Happy?
grin.
This time I waited for you to get back before I opened it.
I mean,
See? I can be
Tenmyouji.
considerate.
You killed us in another route. You're not very considerate.
Well, Tenmyouji and Quark are in here.
Yeah, where are they?
I guess they forgot something back in the room we found. They ran back to grab it real quick.
I'll be here in a few minutes. No big deal.
While we waited, we exchanged information about the rooms we had investigated. Unfortunately, none of it seemed very useful. None of us had found anything, and we were no closer to unraveling any of the increasing number of mysteries we were faced with. With our discussion exhausted, we sat down to wait. Before long, 20 minutes had passed since Dio opened the door, and Tenmyouji and Quark had not come back.
Taking a little long? Yes, I'm getting worried. What if something happened to them?
Yeah, this is what I thought was gonna happen. I'll go have a look.
Then I shall accompany you.
Nah, I'll be fine by myself. It's not that far away anyway.
Just don't look into the abyss too long, or you might become a monster.
What?
That's... I don't think... Okay.
She's trying to cope with her grief by jokes. Understandable.
Look, I'm just going to the director's office. I'll be right back. No big deal. You guys want a drink? There's a vending machine on the way. Okay, we'll see you guys later. All right. I gave a quick goodbye wave and stepped out of the warehouse. You want me to take over text for a sec?
Sure.
Get some bar.
While I snack. It won't let you skip.
I know. This is the one thing where I wish you could just hold L1 to just fast forward through all of them.
There.
Hey, Kitty.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm alright.
Something on your mind?
No, not really.
In particular? Hey, are you having fun? Even if being emotionally exhausted?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Huh. Well, now for some more fun. That lion had two heads, Kitty. Huh? That's odd. There's nobody here. The picture's gone, though. Tenmyouji and Quark must have been here, then. I laid out the floor B map. Huh. They must have taken the door that faces the warehouse. After that, they probably went through the warehouse and out the blue door to the elevator. Yeah, that's a much shorter route. On the other hand, they came through the red door, which is kind of the long way around. Huh. Looks like we managed to miss each other perfectly. Huh. Well, this was a huge waste of time. Shoot. Might as well head back, I suppose. I had packed up the map and was headed towards the door when... Huh?
Yeah, there's something on the ground.
There was a light on where there hadn't been a light before. Yeah! Okay. What? Why is that thing on? We messed with it earlier, but nothing seemed to work. Yes, you did, Kitty. Shut up. Wink, wink.
Fine.
I felt a sudden wave of an inexplicable, nauseating dread. The light stared at me. I swallowed and edged cautiously towards it. The machine was in arm's reach now. I stretched my hand out towards it, slowly.
So, you finally made it.
Near Dad!
It is near Dad. What the fuck?
No, you are...
I am Zero. I was the one who brought you here.
What?
You undoubtedly have as many questions for me as there are stars in the sky.
Oh, shit. Fuck, he's cool. Some sort of pirate man.
As you can see, however, this is only a recording. I will therefore be unable to directly answer any questions. Ask if you wish, but I cannot respond.
Arrgh. I considered taking a swing at him, but decided that was spectacularly futile, and kept my balled fists at my side.
Now, where to begin? There are many things I wish to tell you, but unfortunately, our time is limited. As such, the information I can provide is also limited.
You see, my data plan is running out for the month.
Goddamn.
And I really gotta be more careful about it, you know? Those overcharges are just gonna kill you one of these days, you know?
I have chosen two things of great importance to tell you. First, I will tell you about termites. In retrospect, I suppose that's a rather odd thing to say.
Yeah?
I imagine
Yeah.
Kitty looks quite bewildered.
Perfectly understandable. The person who kidnapped you and threatened you with death is lecturing you about insects.
At least you understand the irony of the situation.
Nonetheless, this is very important. In a way, it will determine your fate. So I ask that you listen carefully. Have you ever seen a termite mound?
Now I have.
They are splendid structures. Some might even call them works of art. Termites are natural architects, and their mounds are both structurally sound and make excellent use of space. So, are they following some sort of plan as they build? Are there termite blueprints detailing which room goes where?
They have rooms?
Of course not.
I mean, yeah, there are chambers though, like beehives.
Each termite is simply an oblivious cog in a tremendous machine programmed by millions of years of termite DNA.
Sounds like something we heard from 999.
It is doubtful an
But go off.
individual termite has any idea what its contributions are helping to create. But a human does. We can appreciate the elegant forms of their alien cathedrals. We can see the simple beauty of their perfect functionality. We can understand the splendid planning of their structure.
Alright, buddy, you get hard on termites. Continue.
In other words, only an intelligence of a higher order can understand the beauty of what the termite builds. Now, consider humans. Why are we alive? Why do we love and give birth?
I ask myself that a lot.
Jesus.
From where do our cultures spring?
Well, memes nowadays.
Yeah.
There are many theories, but no one knows.
There are many game theorists, but they're all full of bullshit.
Sure.
Are oblivious cogs in a tremendous machine programmed by millions of years of human DNA.
You see, that's what he was saying about the termites, you see.
No doubt you see now with this analogy. Supposed
Yes, yes, God and all that.
Yes.
Yeah, God knows, and other songs from the Haruhi Suzuki anime.
Yep.
Termites. We trudge through our lives with no greater understanding of our ultimate goal. You might say we don't understand what we're building. Only an intelligence of a higher order than ours can understand what we're doing. Imagine how we might look to such an intelligence.
Like termites.
Building some structure so perfect and elegant, we can't even perceive it.
Memes so beautiful and perfect. The
Whatever
whole
it is,
universe, Kitty.
we've likely been building it from a dimension just above the ones we know since time immemorial. If we are like the termites, then what we've created is almost certainly something of tremendous beauty.
Motherfucker really likes termites.
Are about to catch a glimpse of it, or have you already?
Oh. Time.
Well, that's enough on that subject, I think.
Well, enough about that bullshit.
Consider what I've said.
It's the morphogenetic field.
The Eddie Murphy genetic field?
Now, let's move on to the second
No, the morphogenetic
What are
field.
we talking about? We're talking
Stop! Jesus Christ.
Okay, that one is a thing.
Yeah, I
Yes,
know.
from the
I
I'm
remember.
being a shit.
I know.
Just like you were being a shit to me. It's part of the fun when one of us is blind and the other is not. Or the other is less blind. Kitty, I only do it because I love you. And because it's gonna be
Do
fun.
you?
Of course I love you. Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
You, Jesus Christ, you're undermining everything I say.
Okay.
Jesus.
I'm just injecting doubt.
It is somewhat more immediately meaningful to your life, and in fact, the lives of several billion other people. I realize this is rather sudden, but I have a password for you.
Fuck,
Ah.
this for over
Oh,
there.
what a nice guy. What a nice guy.
It is the password to disarm the bomb, numbered 1.
Wait, what?
Ah. Bomb.
Are you ready? I will only say this once, so pay close attention. The password to disarm the number 1 bomb is BQZ RGJ DXR.
DXR. I had no idea what he was talking about. What bomb?
This is not in our timeline.
Was he saying there were bombs too? If he had guessed at my future confusion, he showed no sign of it.
That is the last of the information this message was meant to convey. Before I go, however, I have a warning. You cannot tell any of your companions what you heard or saw here. If you do, you will be penalized immediately. I hope we will meet again someday. We would have much to discuss.
Alright.
Wait.
Zero Dad.
God damn it, you can't just spout all that crap and disappear. I found myself yelling at empty air. The hologram had disappeared. Remember, you can only make it here by doing the thing with by solving one of the locks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know why you keep expecting this to not be lies, Kitty. Even though I told you this is all lies.
Fair.
Yeah, see, so you're getting a lot more stuff. And also, oh look! A branching path!
Oh, because I got ally betray.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, I told you, this chart here is a lie. Some of them end sooner, too, so like...
Okay.
What kind of an idiot does he take me for? Termites? Other dimensions? How could that have anything to do with kidnapping us? Shit! I kicked out at a nearby shelf.
10 minutes remain. All play. If no.
Oh crap! I need to get back. Not like there's any point staying here anyway. I spun around and ran out of the room towards the warehouse. So, Kitty?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna betray or ally?
Probably ally.
Well, Quark's
Mr. Sigma's back.
some missing dialogue bits.
Took you long enough.
Listen, fucker, I went looking for you.
Where are the others?
In the AB rooms.
They went in already? Why didn't you too? Have you been waiting for me?
Yeah. Grandpa said there was something he had to tell you before we voted, no matter what.
Oh.
Nothing that significant. Just wanted to tell you we're going to choose ally this round.
Okay.
That's it.
And you had to tell me that no matter what? Seems kind of pointless. I mean, words are cheap, you can promise whatever you want.
Rude.
True, but we've got something to back it up. Just hear me out.
Okay, go ahead.
Quark and I both have 8 BP. We're already on the home stretch, so what do we need to get to the magic number? Well, we need you to choose ally. If you do that, it doesn't really matter to us what we pick.
You get to 9 whether you got 2 or 3 points.
Exactly. That being the case, we don't have any reason to betray you. And if we both choose ally, we both gain points.
True, but you must have considered that I will choose betray. That would mean you would choose betray to protect yourselves.
That's why we're telling you we won't choose betray.
Mm-hmm.
Can I trust you?
Of course.
Can you trust him, Kitty?
I've been through a lot.
Alright, tell me one thing. Let's say we do this and both ally. Everybody gets 2 points. That means you and Quark will have enough to leave, which is great for you. But I'll be stuck with a measly 5. How do I know you aren't going to just open the number 9 door and leave us in the lurch?
I can guarantee it.
How?
I can give you my word. I will not open the number 9 door, even if I have enough points to do so. I swear it. We aren't going to abandon everybody else just so we can escape.
I swear too. I promise.
Man. So all you've got is a promise, huh?
When I make a promise, I keep it.
Unlike Dio.
Trust me.
Please! You've got to trust us.
Alright, fine. I'll trust you.
2 minutes.
We're counting on you, Sigma.
You've got to choose ally. You promised.
With that, they turned and ran to the AB room, second from the right. Hey, kitty!
Yeah, I'm gonna choose ally.
You're not even gonna think about it, huh?
No.
Not even gonna just be like, well, maybe I could, you know, make it a little, spice it up a little bit. Because they could just be lying to you right now.
They could be.
Uh-huh, and?
I mean, if those two get to go out, it's fine, I guess.
Baby, what's wrong? You sound so broken, baby. You're like, oh, it's probably for the best, really.
I mean, his father and grandfather and grandson deserve to live and all that.
And all that?
And all that.
I had a decision to make. Should I trust Quark and Tenmyouji? Well, I could believe they were telling the I could believe they were telling the truth and still betray them. That would bring my BP to 6. I would be that much closer to 9. And choosing betray would guarantee that they wouldn't try and escape without the rest of us. Betrayal seemed like the safe bet. But...
Please! You've got to trust us. You've got to choose ally. You promised.
Tenmyouji, I could betray easily enough. But Quark? What the hell was I going to do?
It's fine, I died for him in another route.
Until and 9, 8,
Alright, kitty.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Meh. Sucker.
It's because you're a good girl.
Yeah.
You're a good girl.
I'm not gonna betray these people. Just Dio.
You're gonna have to betray them though.
Yeah, I'm not gonna betray them firstly.
It's true. We have this argument every time.
Yep.
There you go. What do you think's gonna happen?
Well,
You think they're gonna keep their
if
word?
I trusted them like an idiot, they're just gonna go leave, which is fair. If I'm not an idiot,
Results from round 3
Who
of
knows?
the Ambidex game will please start.
let's all look at the video. Let's all look at the video.
Stalemate.
Yeah. Alrighty. Wait, what?
What's wrong?
Points have been
What?
assigned.
Whatever.
Please check.
Whatever.
I actually didn't remember this bit.
It's fine. Doesn't matter.
Hey, come here.
Doesn't matter.
Hey, come here. Come here.
Let me die.
No.
It's fine.
No, you haven't finished the game. You don't get to die just yet. Hey. What the hell, you guys? Why did you betray me?
Nothing to do with this.
Just a little hand like... Boop.
I made the vote.
Grandpa.
Alright, fine. Why did you break your promise, Tenmyouji?
I never promised.
We wouldn't open the number 9 door, even if we got 9 points.
I didn't say we didn't get 11 points.
What? So, you're not going to
I
leave?
said,
Yeah,
of course we're going to leave.
whatever.
What?
See Clover over there?
Clover also got 9. What? Don't tell me. Clover's just like...
I didn't even see her get 9.
Yeah, they betrayed Kay. Luna and Clover betrayed Kay.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that JPEG.
Oh no.
Jeez.
Alright.
Bitch!
Whatever.
Wait. Quark and Tenmyouji have...
The words were barely out of her mouth when Tenmyouji and Quark ran past.
No! God damn it!
Fair.
Yeah, Kitty's doing a military salute.
Be on your way, brave soldiers.
Well, yeah. Why else would I open the door?
Fair.
Why?
I'm going to go call the others, so we can capture Zero Senior.
I mean, Alice is kind of, you know.
Yeah.
Tenmyouji, are you and Quark going too?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Sorry, everybody.
So Sigma, happy? Kept my promise.
Fuck you.
Clover opened the door, not me.
Like hell, I'm happy. I do kind of feel like that's Tenmyouji being like, because Sigma was being all like, I don't want to say petty, but being like, promises. Kitty, what's wrong? What is it?
I don't care. Betray me.
Which face of that's some shady shit, Tenmyouji.
Say so. I have to get out of here, and that's that.
Yeah, you gotta go find June.
He's gotta pay for what he's done.
Zero.
Oh, he's seen it
You know
too.
who Zero Senior is?
Yeah, no point keeping it a secret now, I suppose.
You could get penalized.
Zero Senior is.
What?
The number 9 door has been or it will remain.
Let's go. Come on, guys. Time to move.
Oh my god, of course.
What? What's the matter?
Do you remember when Clover and Tenmyouji went on their own down a path and he was like, I'll make you trust me. It's because he was Junpei. Keep going.
What do you mean?
Right.
They know each other.
Wait. This is for you, Mr. Sigma.
Thanks, buddy.
Quark held something out. I looked down to see 2 pieces of folded paper. What is this?
It's a letter. I wrote it in the director's office before the AB game. I wanted to tell you what kind of guy Grandpa is. So, read it, okay?
He pressed it into my hand.
See you later, Mr. Sigma.
Then he turned and ran towards the door, Tenmyouji and Clover following in his footsteps. I was so surprised by the letter that I didn't even try to stop them. Before I could think of anything to say.
See you.
Goodbye.
We'll go float off into
The
Mars now.
number 9 door. This ends. Thank you for your participation.
Poor kitty, she's so
As the
sad.
game is over,
Yeah.
all
What's
doors
wrong?
other than
Talk, the viewers need to know because you're all quiet. They think you must have taken a nap or something.
That sounds good.
Want to take a nap? Oh no, we're not anywhere near done today. Escape is not possible, kitty.
I know.
It's a metaphor,
They
you
say
see.
that every time.
enjoy
Every time I fuck up, escape is not
Kitty,
possible.
you're not fucking up.
I know.
Hey, don't blame Kitty. Kitty.
It was a metaphor.
Kitty.
I'm just tired.
What's wrong?
Can I read the letter?
Yeah, of course you get to read the letter. It's part of this ending.
That's good.
They're gone.
All we can do now is hope they bring help back.
Indeed.
I agree.
I looked down at Quark's letter and slowly unfolded it. His handwriting was still slightly uneven, but he had filled both pages with writing. I began to read.
What the?
It was a really stormy day when he found me. He said the rain was coming down so hard it almost hurt, but somehow he managed to hear a baby crying. I guess I must have been crying pretty loud. He took me home and did his best to raise me, but he had never been married or had a kid before, so I think it was really hard for him.
Okay.
He couldn't figure out how to mix the formula, so he was always carrying the directions around with him.
Relatable.
Also, I guess I was a pretty picky eater, so if he didn't get the water to formula ratio just right, I wouldn't eat it. I guess that was kind of a pain, huh? But he didn't give up, and now here I am. When he found me, I was really, really small, and he was worried that I might not make it.
That's why he named me Quark. A quark is a really, really small thing. And I was a really, really small... and I was really, really small, too. Grandpa didn't need to worry, though, because it turned out that I was pretty tough. When I was 1, he forgot I was sleeping in the bed of his truck and drove off.
What?
I rolled out and went off the back, but I didn't even get scratched.
Jesus.
I started walking when I was 2.
That's really late.
And when he wasn't looking, I fell down the stairs. I didn't get hurt then either. When I was 3, I got really sick, and I had a super high fever for a week. But eventually I got better. I guess you could say I'm pretty lucky.
Oh.
Anyway, I didn't really have any more accidents after that, and I was a pretty healthy kid. By the time I was 6, I had started helping Grandpa out with his work. His job was to gather junk from abandoned buildings. Then, he would fix it up or pull out the useful parts and sell them. There were plenty of abandoned buildings, but finding good stuff in them was hard. You had to know which parts were useful, or you could end up wasting a bunch of time. Every time I'd find something, he'd explain to me what it was, how it was supposed to work, how to fix it, all sorts of things. Usually, though, I just wanted to finish up work so I could go home. Oh, so I could go to the theater. The theater came to our town once a week in a wagon.
Fuck.
They would show old news or movies. I went every single week, but Grandpa only went once in a while, and he'd only go weeks when they showed movies. Oh yeah, I didn't know that I'd been adopted until I was 7. One of the other kids on my block told me. I guess after Grandpa found me, he looked all over town to try and find somebody who would take me. The kid from my block actually had a mom, and he had asked her if she would take me too. I gotta admit, I was pretty shocked when I heard that. There weren't a lot of kids with parents around, so hearing that someone lived with his actual mom was pretty impressive. I was also kind of surprised that Grandpa had tried to get someone else to take me. Did that mean he didn't want me? The kid who had told me about Grandpa trying to get rid of me was a real jerk. He was totally spoiled, and he would brag to everybody about how he had a mom. He liked to come up to me while I was working and say stuff like, "Must be hard not having a mother." It had never bothered me before. By the way, he writes a lot in this letter.
It's fine.
But after I found out that Grandpa had adopted me, I started to think that maybe he really didn't want me. If I could work on my own, then he could get rid of me. Oh wait, if I could work on my own, then he couldn't get rid of me. I don't know.
No, that doesn't make any sense. Anyway.
I was scared to know the truth, so I never asked him. Then one day, he took me to a bar in our neighborhood. During the day, of course. He went there sometimes to drink scotch, but I'd never gone before. When we got in, he just walked up to the counter with that grumpy look he has, and I thought, oh no, he's gonna make me work here. But I was wrong.
Gave me my first scotch.
I saw him pass something to the bartender, and then he picked me up and set me on a stool next to the counter. The stool was pretty high, especially for a 7-year-old kid, and my legs just dangled off of it. It seemed really, really high to me, and I was pretty nervous.
Nice.
Kitty, what's the one thing Quark loves the most, Kitty?
His grandpa.
Well, it's the second thing he loves the most.
Root beer?
Root beer.
Floats. I don't remember that at all.
He said that earlier in the story.
Okay.
Eventually, the bartender came back over with a glass of scotch and another big glass full of something else. As I looked closer, I realized that the second glass was full of some sort of brown liquid with a scoop of ice cream on it. It took me a minute to realize what it was. A root beer float! I had never seen one before. I was so surprised. Root beer was even more expensive than the nicest alcohol in the bar.
What?
To me and the other kids, it seemed more like an urban legend than a real drink. But there it was, right in front of me. I stared at the float. I still wasn't sure it was real at that point, and then turned to look at Grandpa. He looked back at me. I didn't know what to do, so I turned to the bartender. He'd already turned around and moved off, though, so I figured he must have put the glass down in front of me on purpose. It still didn't seem like it could be real, so I was just staring at it when Grandpa told me to hurry up and drink it before the ice cream melted. His gruff voice sounded like an angel's. Oh, is this really mine?
It's supposed to be Quark. But...
He nodded. Words can't describe how awesome it was. I had never tasted anything like root beer before. The creamy sweetness of the ice cream made my entire head feel light. I felt like the luckiest boy in the whole world. That's not an exaggeration. I really thought that. The root beer float was delicious, but what made me even happier was Grandpa. When I looked over at him, he was smiling. I know that's gonna be hard for you to imagine, but he really was. Right then, I didn't care whether he had just found me and adopted me or not. He had bought me a root beer float. That made me way luckier than some kid who had a mother but had never tasted root beer.
Relatable.
Of course, after we left the bar, he was the first kid I bragged to.
Nice.
So Grandpa and I were doing pretty good. Until the fight. I was in a super bad mood that day. I had torn one of my shoes that morning, and some old drunk guy had yelled at me. All the junk I found was totally useless, too. The day was almost over, and I was fed up, so I just grabbed some random trash and took it back to the house. When I showed what I found to Grandpa, he frowned. He started going through each thing I'd brought back, explaining why they were all useless. I got really mad and just yelled, "I don't care." Then he got mad, and I couldn't take it anymore, so I ran away. I was pretty upset, and I started thinking that maybe Grandpa had only adopted me so he could raise me to work and make money for him. After a while, I went and hid in an abandoned building, but by then I'd started to calm down and think that maybe I should go back and apologize. It had started raining pretty hard, though, so I decided I should wait for it to stop. But that was just an excuse. The truth was that I was nervous. Part of me knew I had done something wrong, but I didn't want to admit it. The rain didn't stop, though. I just sat there, staring out at the gloomy gray sky. I imagined Grandpa coming to get me. It kept raining all night, and he never showed up. I gave up waiting and decided it was time to go home. I was about halfway there when I heard somebody groaning. At first I thought I should just ignore it and not get involved, but I went over anyway, and it was Grandpa. He was totally soaked, and I could tell right away that he had been there for a really long time. I yelled, and he opened his eyes a little bit. He smiled weakly and said he was glad I was safe. He had spent all night out in the rain, looking for me. I felt awful. Grandpa had been out in the rain looking for me so long that he had collapsed. I was horrible. He had heard me crying in the rain, but I hadn't heard him. As I ran to get the doctor, I promised whatever God might be listening that if they could only save Grandpa, I would never ask for another root beer float ever again. He got a real bad fever and his temperature wouldn't go down for days. The doctor said that if it kept up, he'd die. If he died, then I would be all alone. There wouldn't be anybody left to take care of me. The thought of that happening terrified me. Fortunately, I must have passed some of my luck on to Grandpa, because a week later his fever finally broke. I was glad he wasn't going to die, but I was also a little scared. What if he had decided he didn't want a stupid kid like me around anymore? My plan was to apologize as soon as he woke up, but when the moment came, my brain just stopped.
Fair.
Grandpa started to talk, and it took me a minute to realize he was apologizing. I didn't know what to think. He explained that he was an old man, and that meant he was probably going to die sooner rather than later. He was strict with me because he wanted to make sure I'd be able to make it on my own after he was gone. But maybe he had been a little too strict. All of the things I'd worried about had been stupid and selfish. Grandpa cared about me a whole lot. He had been worried when I ran off, and when I'd gone out into the rain to look, and had gone out into the rain to look for me. I tried to apologize, but when I opened my mouth, I just started crying. I don't think I've cried that much since I was a baby. But he just smiled and patted my head. I asked him if he had ever regretted adopting me. His eyes got all wide, and he said, "Of course not." He told me that he was looking for a really important lady, and because of that, he had given up on pretty much everything else in his life. But when he took me in and started racing me, he felt like he had gotten some of what he had lost back. That was when I decided I would stay with him forever, even if he said I couldn't.
That's a real ending.
Yeah. Whose ending do you think this is?
Quark or Tenmyouji?
I am pretty sure this is Quark's ending, I think. Oh, this is Tenmyouji's ending.
Tenmyouji. Okay.
Wait, didn't we already... Oh, this is Tenmyouji's real ending.
Real end, yeah.
Oh.
Something about root beer floats.
This is a problem, actually. Oh, please, feel free, because I already did you know what?
Just put Quark on there and put Tenmyouji's real ending. Just to mess with people.
Okay. Oh, that's bad.
We already put Tenmyouji's ending, so just have Quark's
This is
picture.
actually Tenmyouji's ending, because going down this route enabled you to learn some things. Or, you know...
Yeah, no, I learned a lot.
I mean, what did we really learn, though? What do we know? Do you know anything? Do I know anything? What do we really know, Kitty?
That I want to punch you.
Why?
Because you're being a butt.
Because, wait.
You're being too much of a butt.
But aw, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Alright, Kitty. Are you sad because the game is being real sad?
No.
And because I'm not helping?
A little.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I don't want to just give you answers, though, because I know the mystery is the fun
but
part.
you don't have to act like you shit about it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I love you.
I love you.
That was sad, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of man do you think Tenmyouji is?
Good boy.
Think he's a good boy, huh? What kind of good boy?
Good Junpei, good boy.
Think so?
Yeah. I'm still very confused, but it's fine.
So you think that Tenmyouji and Junpei are the same person?
Same boy. I guess I should go betray him then.
Jesus Christ.